Girls of Reddit, what do you think is the best thing about being a guy? You're not constantly leaking wet stuff into your underwear. Of various colors. Every day for the rest of your life. No period. Period. I'm getting mixed signals here. Short bathroom lines. Of course our lines are short. Some of our bathrooms have iron pig troughs that we urinate into. Where I am separated by 2 inches from another man. I could turn my body 4 degrees and cross streams. Oh my god, pockets. All the clothing has so many functional and practical pockets. I legitimately get upset that female clothing has no pockets. It's the most ridiculous thing ever to see my friends having to deal with all this pointless bull to store phones and keys and wallets because some dumbers in the fashion industry deemed pockets as sinful or something. Sorry. End rant. I feel like getting a blowjob would probably be pretty amazing. Hey girls, or get MS look so awesome. Standing up to pee. Try peeing with a hard on. It makes a mess when you stand. And then you sit down. But then your dick is awkwardly pressing against the lid. Aging for a guy tends to be much better of a process than a woman. Socially speaking. They are allowed to age gracefully more easier than women. Also, men don't have to answer to a biological clock like women do. I'm 30 and still haven't found the calling to have a child. But to know that I have a pretty small window to plan for it kinda sucks. Especially when I consider myself a late bloomer and just started figuring my life out. Tell that to my receding hairline. I'm 22. Being able to make dirty jokes without people judging as much. IT was funny. The lack of shaving. Got hairy armpits? Fine. Hairy legs? Fine. Hairy face? Fine. Yet women have to constantly to keep bodily hair at bay. Trimming the crotch region becomes a whole lot more complex and risky. Not having a period or taking birth control every day. I would have several pregnancy scares. There are days I don't even remember to eat. I have forgotten my own birthday before. Being able to pee in public discreetly. It might seem nice and all, but you try and take her in one playground and all of a sudden you're a sex offender. Almost all of these answers are awesome and I have a new appreciation of life. I'm going to go pee hose while helicopter dick-eyeing. And opening a pickle jar at the same time. Probably no periods. Though random bonus sounds like a nuisance and I'm pretty glad I don't have to deal with that. I'm not a woman, but I think it would suck if I weren't as swift as a coursing river. Peeing outdoors. Squatting in a bush is hell. Having a penis. It just looks like it'd be fun to have. Edit. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Helicopter dick. There's nothing too special about it. The unexpected public boners are definitely undesirable. No one says. You must be PMCing. When you disagree with them. Bits. I am a fan of the facial fuzz. No periods. No birth. Having a dick. I want a helicopter that mofo. Shirtless at a non-nude beach. And I've always wanted to know what it's like for a guy giving the. Instead of being a girl receiving it. Benefit. Benefit. Helicoptering is kind of fun. But not all guys get it. My roommate had never even heard about it until I joked about it a couple months ago. He's 21. I burn badly. And can't swim. So I don't really do beaches. You could try being the dominant one in SX. Or. Get into pegging. Being able to identify myself as my own gender on Reddit without getting creepy PMs. EBBY. 1. Can go out topless without feeling ashamed. 2. No periods. 3. No birth giving. Edit. Our Reddit. I really don't understand what's the problem with number 1. Yes. Women's breasts are natural parts of our anatomy, just as men's. I am well aware of that. However, as women's breasts are considered an erogenous zone, such exhibitionism has always been seen as revolting offensive. As some of you have already mentioned, it really does depend on the community you live in. But I am pretty dang sure that spotting a topless man on the street wouldn't cause as much commotion as seeing a topless woman on the street. Hell, even wearing a bra in public is considered offensive in today's society. The shame factor is much higher as a woman than a man. Also, regardless of your views on what I just said, this is my opinion alone, and I am entitled to it. I really don't understand the need to argue against it. Oh wait. This is the internet. Welp. Your hormones are on a pretty even level all month long. Once puberty ends, PMS, cramps, etc. really sucks. Edit. I forgot all about not having to go through menopause. Those hot flashes are a bitch. Doctors give you the best treatment instead of what will be most compatible with pregnancy. I recently found out my doctor has been giving me a lesser epilepsy medicine because it's less likely to cause birth defects, even though I've told her dozens of times I will never have children. Her response? You're too young to know that. I'm almost 30. You need to find a new doctor like yesterdaddles. Real clothes that are meant to last more than one season. I hate lady clothes. Your clothing has deep pockets. I hate my purse. I hate purses so much. I'd rather have deep pockets that my phone and wallet actually fit in. Guys can outfit repeat and no one will notice. Guys, have a suit nice dress clothes for a Vegas trip interview? Switch out one item. Tie. Dress shirt. Pants equals new outfit. Girls, go to buy a new dress and new shoes. Or borrow a dress shoes from a friend who's the exact same size as you. Or wear something from 3 years ago because hopefully no one remembers you wore it, if it's even still in style. Edit. A word. Edit again. Yes. Some girls go through that much trouble. Obviously not all girls care. But many do. We know guys don't usually notice. But we also know that other girls do notice. Things like being well dressed is done to impress other girls. That's why girls are always like lalaloted. Or blah 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 what. Also it's more noticeable in the context of special occasions when outfits to compare are few and stand out. Girls take lots of pictures, evidence of what they have previously worn. Other girls see it on Instagram, Facebook. We like checking out our hot girlfriends. Or just plain judging other girls. Being given the benefit of the doubt when it comes to knowledge on technical things, like math and science. Several studies show that both women and men have an unconscious bias, assuming that men are more qualified and knowledgeable in these areas. Not having to declare your marital status in your name. I'm working in a country where every time I introduce myself in a professional capacity I get a Madam or you Mademoiselle? With an accompanying eyebrow wiggle. What the? Guys. What does being married have to do with anything? And if I reply Mademoiselle, I'm automatically treated differently. I've just started saying I'm married, thinking that will shut people up. But then the next question I get is about kids. Ugh. Being taken more seriously about my opinions on intellectual or traditionally masculine topics. To counter that, however, most people don't care what guys have to say when it comes to feminine topics. Kids, marriage, fashion, etc. I know guys who take care of their kids while the mom works. And people see them with the kids. They'll always ask something along the lines of, oh, you're babysitting today? Huh. Dot. Like he'd be incapable of looking after them for more than a few hours. Not having like 30% of people just assuming you're lying right off the bat. Besides that, penises look like lots of fun. Edit. This may be worsened by the fact that I wear makeup, dress reasonably well, and try to style my hair. If I am at work in uniform, with neutral makeup and my hair pulled into a bun, I'm treated much more seriously. If I'm in my being stylish look, I swear to God, strangers are congratulatory that I didn't kill myself on the way over. It gets old fast. Especially in the summer when it's sweating and you have to detach it from your thigh every 5 seconds. For various stupid, unfair reasons. Guys' opinions seem to be taken more seriously than girls' opinions. It's as if you're a girl, you have to try much harder to convince someone of something and, unfortunately, less maintenance. I don't know. I usually have to do all the maintenance at my house. Guys don't seem to have the same pressure to look good. That must be nice. Guys have the exact same pressure to look good. We just have a lot less actual judgment and feedback about our attempts to do so. Having an orgasm at the end of sex more often than not. Don't care if it's too soon. At least you're getting there. Most of the time we are not so lucky. No blood coming out of your penis each month. No menstrual cramps. Not having to worry about being pregnant. And when you are, not worrying about your vagina getting ripped open to your asshole. No menopause. Less effort towards an acceptable appearance. Lower standards of attractiveness from women. Automatically get paid more than women of equal skill level at your job. Not having to worry about being out late at night alone. Or date or pay drugs. Not having creepy dudes hit on you relentlessly. Just a general feeling of security. With some exceptions. No shaving. And penises just seem like more fun and low maintenance. But it would suck if you had a really tiny one. But then again, girls tend to be way more accepting than guys, so it is not the end of the world. The automatically being paid more for the exact same job part is 100% not true, at least in North America. No periods. No pregnancy or childbirth. No one calls you if you have sex. You aren't judged primarily on your looks. If you get angry, I may be the minority. But I feel as if guys are expected to be more emotionally composed and consistent. Women are allowed to have more ups and downs. But if a guy flips out, it appears to be a bigger deal. This may just be my circumstances, however. Being able to get up in the morning and simply just put some clothes on and go. Not having to worry about hair and makeup sounds like heaven. You can do that too. You are perfectly capable of not worrying about your hair and makeup if you're willing to accept the truth. Maybe you won't look as nice. And people will compliment you less. And notice you less. And you won't get hit on as often. Just like a guy. No one asks what you were wearing if you get physically assaulted. I used to think that it was easier for guys to lose weight because they had faster metabolisms, but that's just a myth. In general, of most aspects of life, the whole world will look up at you. From succeeding in school to rising upwards in your career. Most stereotypes tends to be positive ones. By default, the narrator in a story if gender is not specified, they're male. Just some things. Edit. What I meant to say was that not all the stereotypes are positive. I had in mind the pedophile and RP stereotype. That's why I didn't say all stereotypes. We don't necessarily have faster metabolisms, but typically more muscle mass, which inherently has a higher baseline when you sing. Being able to walk home alone without being afraid all the time. Except men are attacked more regularly than women. Also, men at bars want to fight over trivial. No periods is a big one. Having a penis always seemed like a lot of fun. I also think I'd be way less embarrassed about exercising. As a girl with a large chest, I fear the bounce. No such problem when you haven't got boobs. Also, having a beard. I would love to have a beard to play with. Be careful in your choice of shorts though. Sometimes it's extremely obvious that your junk is bouncing to the rhythm of your run. Who cares, being a girl is awesome. Nobody will call you a bitch just because they disagree with you. Edit. You guys are way too devoted to this comment. Go have some pizza or something and get happy. Edit 2. Cause you'll still keep blowing up my inbox. Seriously, go have some cheesecake. I promise you what you're about to say. At least 7 people already told me. But whatever. You do whatever makes you feel better. I always thought cheesecake was better than a comment reply. Just saying. Half the people will. The other half just calls you a dick. Being master of your own destiny. Being able to wield power without others being able to insinuate that you slept your way to the top. Being able to command a team without being called a bitch for perfectly normal things that a leader might say. People actually thinking that you know what you are talking about. Beating someone at their own game without the insinuation that the other person is especially weak. But hey, I got tits. So I got that going for me. Which is nice. Why men think they have more problems than women. Check out all the responses. Being able to go in public without a shirt and being socially acceptable while doing so. Even where it is legal for women to be topless. They're gawked at as being asshole because the nips are exposed. Unfair. Not being yelled at from across the street suggestive things when you're just trying to walk to work. From what several women have told me. Being told asked to smile is the worst of all. It's impossibly condescending and implies women exist to look pleasant and can't just be in a Thai mood sometimes. I would love if women shouted suggesting things to me on my way to work. Being able to pee standing up. Except for the assholes with poor aim. Edit. Women do out of their vaginas. I really hope you all were just acting ed. Edit 2. Okay. I get it. Ladies don't pee out the V. You'd think that it'd be more hygienic. But I found that the area around urinals tends to be extremely sticky because people will pee on the floor accidentally. It's really nasty walking on it because of the noise. I'm here for the gender war. Not being worried about the opposite sex harming you or taking advantage of you so early. Edit. Took out the words daily basis because this is of course going to depend on each and every woman. I'm not saying every guy is a rapist or that every woman should fear for her life every second of the day. But this question is about making generalizations about the opposite sex, so there's mine. No, we just have to worry about other people in our gender doing that. Most guys are assholes. The assholes just take up 95% of media attention surrounding our gender. Feeling basically safe in places like parking lots, garages, on trains, buses, and generally walking down city streets. We don't either. We just pretend we do. Having sex and being a Mutherin boss because of it. Whenever I've been called a comma, it feels as if I'm being punished for something that is a natural desire. Like my biological needs are somehow criminal. I want to have sex. Enjoy it. And be a boss. Your guidance counselor doesn't try to talk you out of majoring in science because you'll never get taken seriously. Much hate for your Thai counselor. Having your ideas taken seriously. I literally will bring up ideas at work and get shut down. Then a male co-worker will bring up the same idea and it's genius. Luckily, my co-workers know this and shoot me credit where due.